Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the universe. This is Commander Swifty, the Ineffectual Gamer, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And this is the first time I've actually streamed in a while. Hello, how goes it and how is everything? Sorry about the mess in the background, but I've thrown things around and can't be bothered picking it up. So let's just knock the desktop volume up a little bit, even though it's gone from like 0 or nothing to something. Okay, so hello. Let me just post this hello. Well, willkommen or willkommen, or in German, willkommen. Right. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly post this in my Discord because I want to close my Discord down. Cripes. I wish I could pay somebody to do this for me instead of having to do it all every single time. Okay, so no, that's not how you do it. Did I even do the introduction? I probably did. There we go. Right. I think that's right. Send that. And then I'll put it in there. Okay, right, that's it for that. And then I don't actually know if create postings. No, that's that one. Okay, no, that's not the one. No, okay, they don't. Okay, right. Let me just shut down Discord. The reason I'm just trying to shut everything down is I want as much kind of availability of resources as I possibly can. I'm even running my my stream on my phone from my data, so I won't be running it for very long, but I'm just running it from my data to make sure that it's working fine and it looks fine, which is good. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. Okay, so don't forget limpets. Yeah, welcome in. Don't forget limpets. Right, okay, so now I'm hoping that what I wanted to do is I'm going to go ready to fly first. That's the first one. Next, oh, I'm seeing either a noticeable oh no, it isn't a noticeable frame rate drop. There is a slight frame rate drop, but I'm expecting this. This is not completely unheard of. I wanted to go external view and just check the sound levels on the stream. So looks okay. It's gonna go up, so I'm gonna have to kind of play around with it and get it correct. Let's see if we can't get underway. Now, there's also, I think I can control this through this control. I don't even know why am I doing that, because I'm not even. I think I can control this through OBS, so I can actually control the plane as I'm viewing it, as you would on OBS, because I've got it in Windows Borderless, and apparently it works. So I'm going to try that as well, because if that does work, that's a game changer for me, because it means I can have chat, everything I need on screen visible as to how it is going out to you. So when somebody subscribes and stuff like that, because in order to save bandwidth, I'm trying to run as little as possible through the house while I do streams and stuff like that. So first thing I'm going to do, just going to go inside. We're going to take off the brakes. Might start rolling down this hill, but who cares. Now, this is my local airport. It's not a real airport. It's actually just a field. They've changed part of this. Or somebody has. That's not what it looked like the other day. That was a different building the other day. Normally I take off from the other end of the runway, and I'm just looking, and there's two houses at the end of the runway that seem to have disappeared as well. So I don't know if they've made some change. I can't imagine, it's such a small place, but I don't remember that house being there before either. So this could be the algorithms of the servers picking up on stuff. As far as I can remember, when I've walked past this place, I've walked past it from... It would have been above, wouldn't it? So I would have passed it from that tree line, and when I looked down, this house here would have been... Yeah, it would have been in that position, but a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger, and it's not a house, of course. It's a warehouse where they store the aeroplane. So it's really strange, because what it's done with this runway is it's set me quite close to the end. So getting off, luckily because I'm in the Icon A5, we should be alright. What I might actually do is stick the parking brakes on and rev the engine up a little bit, and then see if I can take it off. Take them off, sorry. Take it off, take them off. So hopefully... Now, I was saying I'd like to be able to play this through OBS, and it looks like I can. I think. We are very quickly running out of space, and we are not up to speed. So we might have to use a little bit of this field as well, but at least I know in the future that would be a house there. Yeah, now we're up to speed, so I'm going to take off. Nearly hit those houses. Going to bring the gear up. Can put the flaps up, and we are airborne. Oh, angle of attack's way too high there, which is why I was probably losing altitude. I was probably losing altitude, so we're going to make a slight change over there. I'm just going to pull back a little bit on the... Oof, angle of attack is strange. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to doing it in this view all the time, but the angle of attack seems too high, and I don't know why. So normally with this plane, it's basically full on, and you don't have to worry about anything. It will correct itself, and it'll gain altitude, and it's pretty much hands off. Now, the trim doesn't work very well. This is the big problem for me. Just see if I can go inside as well. Yeah, okay. So it's going to pitch up now and go crazy pitching up, and then it's going to pitch down. And that's basically kind of this plane. So what I do is I wait for the angle of attack to get into a decent angle of attack, so it's not too bad. You can do one green, one yellow, or two green, it depends. Okay, so this is the area of where I live in Spain, and I'm just going to do a bit of a flyover of my house. So this is the industrial estate below me here. A lot of businesses in that area. So I might just pull the engine back a little bit and see if I can get a nicer angle of it. Get the angle of attack to go a bit lower. I'm just going to pitch into a nosedive now, I bet. Okay, so let's hope it straightens itself out. So there's some things I want to point out about the game, okay? Now, I've been playing this game with Elazgar a little bit over the last few days. I'm just going to put in the live pause. It doesn't work. Live pause doesn't work from that screen. Okay, it works from that screen. I've been playing a little bit with Elazgar, and I have been blown away by the by how well this game renders the world. I mean, I'm absolutely astonished by it. So I'm going to go through a couple of things here just to show you what I mean, okay? So previous flight simulators, you'd be able to... This mountain here would be spottable. Very much spottable. You wouldn't be able to work out exactly what was what, but you would be able to look around and say, okay, that is this specific mountain. But what I love about this game is straight away, this part here is not a part of the mountain, and actually if you zoom in, or if I zoom in, you can actually see it too. So you can see this is in the foreground of this mountain. Now this is viewable from his undergarments? Bathroom? There's no undergarments. Are you talking about those things on the wall? That's for my glasses. So sorry, what was I saying? Yes. So okay. So this is not the same as this. Okay. Is that what I was talking about? Was I actually pointing to this? Because I didn't mean to. Because that's wrong. That is a part of this. This is not a part of this. Okay. These are some hills above this village here, which is called Taradell. And this mountain range here, because it is actually a mountain range, is called Monsen. Now, or Monsen is probably the better pronunciation of it. Now, what I love about this is before, when I would have played Microsoft Flight Simulator, this mountain was viewable, but it was all one. You couldn't work out the ridge lines, the exact ridge lines. So looking at these ridge lines, I can see that this one is Las Agudas, it's called, this one is Torre de l'Homme, and this one is Matagals. Okay, so I can see these three very distinctly. I can see the hills above this town that I was saying, Taradell. If I look down here, let's see what else we can see here. Is that, I'm guessing that's Caldetenes. Yeah, okay. So this is the village of Caldetenes. How do I know? Well, actually, because this road is the way that you go into the town. And these houses here actually belong to my friends. I can't get those houses in view. There we go. So these houses here, I don't know actually if it picks up the. I don't actually. Does it pick up the pointer in game, Elledsgar? Oh, in game. Okay. So I don't know if it picks up this pointer moving in game, because it is part of the game screen, so it should do. So this is my actually my friend and student's house. So, and I can even see this little road where it turns off here. Okay, because obviously it comes from a map, and I can see these houses in front, which represent where I actually have another student lives in this house here. I had a student who lives in this house, and this is actually. Don't know how old these big maps are, but it looks like they've actually captured this new house, which is another old student, because these two are members of the same family. And they've actually, the mother is an architect, and she actually built the house, and she's built in this very square fashion, but it looks very, very modern. But here, it seems like the satellite has just gone, well, it's square, so I'll make it into a square. Okay, looking at that village again. I'm just trying to point some things out here as to why I just think this game is absolutely amazing. It's very, very difficult to do it in this actually though, like this, but let's just pick up something else. So here I can see a road. Now normally as I get closer it will populate with traffic. I'm quite a long way away, so obviously the game doesn't need to populate it with traffic. So zooming in it looks empty, but it's not. This road here that you can see disappearing off into the hills, this road goes from my hometown to Girona, and it's a motorway, and you can VFR it all the way to Girona. It's amazing. Did it the other day, and I might even do it in a stream one day. Again, just looking at it, I can see this is San Julia, this is Folgueroles. This is the airport of Folgueroles. I've not actually looked over to see if Tabernalos is there. Yes, it is. You can see Tabernalos just underneath the 209 mark. There's like a little village. This village here is Roda de Ter. This mountain range behind is called Cabrera, and what I really like about this actually is from the ground you don't see all of this stuff in the foreground, all this kind of hilled area in the foreground, but you do when you go there, you do realize you're going up. Okay, across from here, and there's the Pyrenees in the distance with snow, which is not quite right because they haven't got snow on them at the moment. When you go closer, that snow disappears, so I'm guessing that's something to do with the bitmaps, the bitmaps, the style of maps that they're using for distance and for close up. So my hometown. So this is how good and bad that it's done my hometown. Okay, so this building here that I'm going to try and zoom in on a little bit. I could use a drone camera for this, but I haven't got it set properly. So this looks like a warehouse. This is actually a graveyard. In Spain, they hello. Oh God, I can't pronounce your name, but welcome in. I don't speak any Russian or anything, I'm afraid. Niet. So welcome in though. So this is a cemetery, and here in Spain they actually bury people above ground, so in like little tomb things. So it's made it into a building of some sorts, but the other part actually looks kind of similar to what it is, but you can see actually underneath where the real photograph is that it's not right. Don't forget, this isn't a 3D town either, but one part it has done very, very well with is this part here. This is this building here is a school, a monastery, and a hotel. But it actually pretty much looks like that. It's got more of a roof to it, but it looks like it. And just to the left here is the children's playground. So it's done a great job in that. Down here is the hospital. Looks like a hospital. It looks exactly like the hospital to me. So that part's been done really well. Where it has failed, where the AI has really, really badly failed, is when you look at the city centre. Because look at the size of these buildings, and there's a reason it does this. And there's a reason why the AI hasn't picked up on it, and that is because we all live in flats, basically. There's not many houses here. So when it's looking at a photograph of the ground, when you're looking at it from the ground, sorry, from the air, it can't tell that these are separate buildings. It just looks down, it sees one roof, because most of the buildings share a roof, so the roofs are exactly the same, but the buildings are separated. Separated or separate? Don't know. So it's done a really bad job of that. A really, really bad job. You can see the Plaza Major just there. I don't know if you can actually see this. I'm going to just quickly check my stream, because there's no point in me pointing stuff out if you can't actually see it. Oh no, you can see it. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. So here is the main square. So it's cut that out and it's done it well. One of the other buildings that's done very well is this building here. This is a theatre and arts centre, and that is pretty much how it is. Other things, just like here is where I buy my coffee. I go down on my electric scooter down this road, across here, around here, and I buy my coffee here. Now, I haven't practiced any of this stream, and I've only flown over my town twice, not particularly looking at places. I'm trying to show you how easy it is to VFR in this game. It's ridiculously easy. Here is a little... Wait. Here is a McDonald's. Here is a big, like, kind of Chinese store that sell all this different stuff. Here's a paint store. Like, I don't need to work to VFR stuff. It's just there. It's visible. If we spin the camera around, this is a place called Gorb. Yep, okay, so this is a school, the children's school. It looks like all houses bunched together at the moment, but this is their playground. This is the square, and the school I work in is here. So you can see how quickly I can VFR places. This is Casa Talladeria, a pizza factory. It's actually here as well, so it's in two parts. And let's just see if it actually has the... Yep. So every day I kind of come down here on my electric scooter, go over this bridge. It actually has a footpath besides it, go through here and then go around and up this road to the school. Or alternatively, I come down this road, come along this road here, and where's the train tracks? Okay, so there's a train track. So yeah, I come down this road, past this thing. All of this I can perfectly see. It's unbelievable how well you can VFR this game. Unbelievable. I mean, it just blows me away how easily you can do it. And I'm not just talking about that. I can swing the camera around here. Okay, so this thing here, this little hill, is called Creu de Gorb. Well, actually, no, the hill's not called Creu de Gorb, but at the top there is a cross, because Creu in Catalan is cross. So just on here, and I used to climb that a lot. I don't climb it anymore now. I'm a bit more professional now. And here, these houses on the cliff here, is a village called San Bertomeu. Now, if I go back, now this is, I've never looked at these before. I'm totally doing this by eyesight. This mountain here is, it's at a strange angle, but I'm guessing as you get closer it would change. This is called Pedraforca, and the reason is because the mountain is in like a fork like this. but amazing. I can immediately spot it. The one I need to see is one of my favourite mountains to be around, which is this one here, Puchmal it's called. And the fact I can VFR it from over 40 kilometers away, I can see the route I take up. So when I walk it, I go up here, I go across here, and then up this final part. This part's quite easy to get up. This part's the hardest because you're already tired from this route. It takes about 5 hours up, 5 hours down. It's just the fact you can VFR all of this is absolutely mental. It really does blow me away completely. And I'm so astonished by how easy it is. Even places you don't know, you can do a quick scan on Google Maps 3D. Go, okay, there's a pinpoint, there's a point, there's a point, there's a point, and you can VFR it all the way from there. And I just think that's an amazing part of the game. So let's have a quick look at some of these. I'm going to take a route which I haven't taken in the game yet. So we are going to hammer the throttle down. I'm going to try and gain some altitude here, and as we do, I'm going to kind of just chat about some of the places around. So so this is the main road. Again, you can VFR this. This is one of the main roads going out of my town. This one going along here. And it actually joins the motorway, so we're actually going to VFR along the motorway because that's just so much easier to do. And when you get higher, like I can visibly spot things here. It's craziness. I love it. This is a football pitch of the town as well. We actually have a couple of football teams. The other one is back here. You can see it. So you see how quickly, I mean, I'm not even having to try to look for these things. And of course, you could spot them in previous simulators. You could spot where they were, but it never felt like this does. It just never ever did. And that's why I'm just digging this game so much. I flew along the Pacific Coast Highway with Ellisgar the other day. I was able to pick stuff out. It was just immense. Just loving it. As I said before, this is the town of Taradell. There's a high part and a low part here. There's actually a castle somewhere. I think it's mapped it in as a house. I'll show you another place that it maps in as a house actually, which isn't a house, which will be down here. This is the village of Tona. And this hill here has a church on top, as a lot of hills here do. You see it's all farmland, but it's in this very strange bowl of mountains, which causes a thematic inversion, which means that we have super hot in the summer, super high temperatures in the summer, and in the winter super low, and makes it harder. Now let's see. So this is Taradell. Some of these villages I don't actually always know because of the fact that they're in a position that I've never actually been. So that village there, I'm trying to zoom in on. I'm actually not. Well, I should. I thought I didn't know what it was. This village here is the town of Seba. The Barcelona football team used to train there actually years and years ago, and behind it you can even see the little lakes, 2 of them, well 3 actually. I forget that third one because I never walked past it, because when I climb this mountain here, I quite often go from this village right here, get off the train, walk through the fields, go through this village of Seba here, and then start the climb up through the forest here, then along here, and then up there to the summit, which is there. Which is a hell of a walk, but still fun. I always enjoy it. Now, so again, we're at what, 5,000 feet, and I can tell you right now, you can already start seeing this area here is it's a lot of towns clubbed together just over here. Starting with Granollers, a place called Granollers, and then this all leads to Barcelona basically. So this is the sea, this is the Mediterranean Sea here, and then you have kind of this mountain range which separates the kind of I don't know what to call them. I normally say like the workers' cities, so where all the people who work in Barcelona live in general. Not everybody. But it's very different from where I live. Kind of as soon as you pass this mountain, this kind of range here, life is a bit different. Like, the places look different, the architecture gets a bit different, more people speak Spanish than Catalan in those areas. Not to say people don't speak Catalan at all, but it does kind of, it changes. Feels like a total change when you pass that part. And already I'm spotting, you can see this is where it kind of goes into Barcelona, I think, just through here, which is normally where the train goes. And then you just have this loads of cities, kind of, or big towns, just grouped together in this area. This is Centelles, this place. Yeah, Centelles. Oh, and I missed Tona. Where is it? So where's the hill? Where is the hill in Tona? Ah, there we go. So, yeah. So there's this little hill here, and as I said, there's a church on top, but unfortunately the game just puts a house in there. But it's a really funny church, because when its lights are on at night in the winter, it looks like it's floating. So the other day I climbed this peak behind as well as this one. We did a double thing in one day. But yeah, just amazing. Just being able to look at everything and know what everything is. Apart from this village here, which would be Balenyà, I'm guessing. Yeah, Balenyà, because then you... No, it can't be Balenyà. Can't be Balenyà. It must be Agua... Maybe it's Agua Freda or something. We've already passed Balenyà, that's why. Oh! I don't know, it could be. Could be. I never walk on that side. I always walk on this side when I'm going there, so that's why I'm a bit confused. There's also some villages up here, but I don't really know their names, because I don't visit them very often. Okay, we're at like 7,000 feet here, and I'm going to whack up the engine just a little bit. No, this is Agua Freda here. Yeah, so that was Balenyà, because this is Agua Freda here. Okay, and, well, I would have maybe actually liked to lose a little bit of altitude here, just again to point out I've never been this way in the flight simulator, so I would have liked to have pointed out some bits and bobs. Normally when I'm walking, follow this road here, then I go up here through the hills. You can actually see the short one there, and then it comes kind of down here somewhere, and then I actually follow through the crease here, and it's not that, because I think that's the train track. It kind of goes around here, we go up here, there's a church, and then it goes up and around, and then down through here when I've walked it, and into this place called Figueroa. So what we've got here is the village of Figueroa coming up here. Whoop. Which I really like this town, it's really beautiful. Then we've got the town of La Garriga, which is here. And then all of this, and some of this as well, is Granollers. Now Granollers is where, and it's probably somewhere around here, I think I can barely make it out, is Circuit de Catalunya, which is where they hold the Formula 1 Grand Prix. So we can actually fly over that once we get down there, and we'll be able to have a good look at that. Some of the Barcelona players live kind of up in the hills here. You can see there's a house here, there's a house here. I don't know who. Messi probably lives here. It's an absolutely beautiful place to live. Doesn't get as much snow as you would think because of this silly thematic inversion we have. So you get it. Yeah, that's going to be the Formula 1 track, definitely. You can see the shape of it. It's actually in a place called Montmeló, particularly. I don't know if it's just the area of the track that's called that, or there's actually more to the town as well. I'm not too sure. So we're up at 8,700 feet and we're still climbing. Why are you climbing not close to the ground, Swifty? I hear you ask. It's because I want to... Please fly to Russia, UFA City. I might do it one stream. I can't do it today, but I might do it one stream because... well, I wanted to fly over some Russian places. because I think Russia and how do you say it, the places in Russia where nobody lives in Siberia. I'd love to see what some of that looks like as well. So I'll write it down. If I knew where my book was, I did have a flight simulator book here. Ah, there we go. Book for flight sim. So, Ufa City. Just write it in my book because I forget everything, and I don't want to forget stuff. So yeah, if you keep an eye on the if you keep an eye on the stream one day, I'll see if I can fly over there. Okay. The reason I can't just keep changing and going to other places is because it takes too long to load up this game. So actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lose a bit of altitude here. I'm try and straighten up first. I'm trying to think what that might be. It looks like a big car park. I've never been over here, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't actually know what it is. Ah, it's just like a trading estate. Okay. Right. So yes, this is La Garriga. Passing over now, and then going on to Granollers. Now, as I said, for sure this is a Formula 1 track here. Now we're getting closer. I'll just tip it up here. So there it is. I can even see the back curve of the track. I can see the pit straight here. Yeah, that's the track. I can see the back curve of it. Definitely the Formula 1 track. So we'll head down there. Now here is the city of Barcelona. So it looks quite small from here, but it's not. As I said, this is kind of, there's lots of connecting cities here. There's kind of little bit of a space between them. There's a lot of towns here, but I, honest to God, don't know the name of any of these towns here. I've just never been there, never been to this part, so I honestly wouldn't know. So I'm going to drop down a bit, because I'm VFRing. I actually want to be able to see places that I know. And things that I don't know, because for example here, I don't know what that's supposed to be, because I normally walk along the river here, so I've never been that. This is actually on a gradual slope, so never actually looked up there or been up there. It's quite interesting that there's actually a road going here. Now I'm guessing it's a motorway, so I couldn't walk along it. In fact, I'm not guessing, I'm sure it's the motorway, the C17, which goes down to Barcelona. Absolutely sure of it. So now you can really Barcelona is really coming into view when you zoom in. I'm gonna just see if there's any buildings that are visible. It hasn't rendered any of them in yet, which is kind of understandable. Okay, so as I said, heading towards the Formula 1 track. It's really coming into view now. I don't even need to zoom in, because I know that when I go there, I walk along the river, get off the train somewhere around here, walk along the river. If you want to know what those red marks are, it's the flight pattern into the nearest airport. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't have any maps or anything at the moment, so, and I don't like always using the... Oh, wow, yeah, you can see the track now in all its glory. You can probably even see where it says the... Yeah, okay, so this is the pit straight. Well, that's actually the garages. That's the stand, and then the other seating stands are down here. Obviously, it's going to put them in as houses because it doesn't know the difference. Some stands here, some stands around there. I'm sure all that's going to get fixed eventually. I have noticed that some football stadiums, some stuff just isn't done very well in the game, but 100% over time that's going to get fixed. Now, I could go on a ridiculous angle of attack here and swoop this plane down. Actually, no, it's still green. It shouldn't be. my altitude drop and my knots go up. Okay, so the reason I'm doing that is I just want to get down there and so I can see it a bit closer. Don't want to get to... Okay, so now you can see buildings are loading up in the distance in Barcelona. So it does pre-render soft versions of them, which is really cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I'm just going to pause this a second, because this is what I mean about this game. Okay, I'm going to live pause it. I can already visibly see here somewhere called Tibidabo. Tibidabo is a theme park, it has a church, and it has a radio tower. So it's already, even though it's a soft render, so there's nothing in it, it's just made it into a spike, so you can kind of see it. You'll notice that it's done it with a lot of Barcelona here. You'll see where there's supposed to be an iconic building or a building of value, it's just done these little spikes. And that's basically because you're at such a distance, it can't start rendering in the full thing. Although I hope that's not a graphical issue, because I have heard the last few days some people have had some serious graphical issues in the city. But I will fly over Barcelona because I want to have a check to see if it's even streamable over there. So I'm just going to drop another couple of 1,000 feet. I think 3,000 is always a pretty good level. 3,000 or 4,000 feet is a pretty good level, or a perfect level, should I say, for that. Oh, he's going to go crazy now and try and nose it up. Okay, right. Let's do a live pause here, just so I can have a really good look at it. So yeah, this is a Formula 1 track underneath here. And you can even see where now it says Circuit de Catalunya or Circuit de Barcelona, depending on when they took the. It says Catalunya there, depending on when they took. So that yeah, this is pit straight, and you have the first corner, goes through the chicane, comes around here, goes around, comes around. This is actually a great place in testing to get good videos of the cars. Because they come down this straight and they slow right down. They do this really good turnaround here, so you kind of get to look at the livery of the car and everything. Then it comes around here, comes along here. This is a nice spot to stand as well. Well, actually more here at the top in the car park. Well, it's not a car park actually, it's like where they sell refreshments and stuff, because the cars go through here full speed. I think some of them drop a little bit, but not very much. And they just hammer it through there, so it's really good to see the car going at its top speed. Then it comes down here, makes a turn into here, goes around here, doesn't go around there, actually takes a right hand turn there, and then through the chicane here, and then back around. And the pit entrance, it doesn't actually show the pit entrance, does it, very well? Pit entrance is here. Let's put trees in there. There's no trees in there in reality. Okay, let's continue it on. Hopefully we're not going to lose too much. Well, actually I can hammer the engine back up now. So again, when I was saying there's certain places I don't know because I've not got a connection with them, or I've not been there, or I've not walked past. A lot of places are dependent on whether I've walked past them once or twice before. So I was trying to get this video is going to make people sick, I know it. I was trying to view, like, these towns here, I have no idea what they are. I'm supposing this is maybe a part of Granollers, but I can't be 100% sure. Just going to see if they're still rendered in as spikes. Yes, they are. Although some of them seem to be taking a little bit of shape. But yeah, the last time I flew over Barcelona, it was fine. Last time I flew over Barcelona, it was perfect. But I'm just hoping I don't have this graphical glitch, because somebody was mentioned it on the board earlier, on the Reddit board, because it should be rendering stuff in sometime around now. Oh, you can see it actually. You can see the buildings just kind of came alive in this area and this area. Oh yeah, and you can actually visibly see them popping in now. Some stuff is still spikes, but again, I think that's to do with it. Oh, I think that's to do with the distance. I'm actually going to come in from the northern part of Barcelona, so I'm actually going to make a slight turn here. I'm going to turn my throttle down just a little bit. Okay, so stuff's popping in. I don't think it does. It will stay as spikes, those things. Although I am getting pretty close now, and I feel they should have popped in. Some stuff should have really popped in by now. But let's hope everything's all right. So I'm going to just give it a bit of angle of attack. I want to get back down to about 4,000 here. I might actually turn the engine down just slightly, because we're gaining speed anyway, so I'll pop the I flew over Los Angeles the other day, and Los Angeles was spectacular. So we're going to come in kind of north of San Andreu. Because you have to remember there's different levels of how it will do something. Distance things are going to be in the lowest format possible, and sometimes not even in that. They might just put like a map picture in there. I can actually see, you can actually see the radio tower now. So I've never VFR'd from so high in Barcelona either. Well, that nose better start going down. Can't remember exactly what the idling speed was on this, or the idling IPM. I think it was like 2,000 something, 2,000 or something. So let's just go to my ATC a second. So tune nearest airport list, El Prat. Wait, Moyer El Prat? No. El Prat. Okay, I'm just going to set this up for when I want to come into land. Okay, full stop landing. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. Right, now this is where I might take some frame rate hits, but this is kind of a test stream. I did a test stream before, but I really wanted to test it. I wanted to test exactly how it handled flying over one of the 3D cities. So we've still got a lot of these kind of spiked things, but as I'm coming in closer, a lot of those things that were spikes before are turning into buildings now. And as I said, I'm going to come in over the coast. I can actually see the runway in the distance. I'm trying try and get it to a point where I can really spot stuff just off the bat and not have to think too much about it. I don't know Barcelona particularly well, but I know it quite well. But you can see everything's starting to pop in now. If we look down here, oh yeah, we can see stuff starting to pop in, and this isn't even at its highest quality yet. Tibidabo popped in now. That's still a point, but I'm guessing it will be till I get up. But you can see other stuff's popping in. So oh yes, so now we can even all of this. I'm starting to spot this. This is where they have the concerts and stuff. I've forgotten exactly its name. This is Diagonal Mar, where there's a shopping centre. That's the shopping centre there. There's a park next to it. El Forum. This is El Forum, where they have the concerts and stuff. So yeah, so it's really popping in now. That should be, where the heck is it? Okay. Yep, I understand where that is. Nice building here, actually. This is the Gherkin. It's the one in Barcelona. Right over here, you can see the the W Hotel, which it has a very specific shape, so it's not difficult to miss. And an Air Portugal coming in there. You could see that from its call sign TAP. So yeah, this is down here is this is the shopping centre Diagonal Mar, where I do quite a lot of my shopping. This here, the football stadium, I'm actually a bit oh, it's not a football stadium. That's why it's an athletic stadium. Okay, I was a bit distracted there. This building here actually has a part cut out because it has restaurants and things in there. These buildings are all pretty much what they are. I mean, there's a few too many trees, going to be totally honest. This is where where the train comes out, the metro, and there's far too many trees here. But I feel like in Microsoft Flight Simulator there are far too many trees, and they need to fix that part of it because it's just too much. I'm just going to try and line up the Gherkin because it'll have Sagrada Familia behind it. So there's the Gherkin, and behind it is Sagrada Familia, the cathedral. Yeah, so I mean, totally everything is just spottable. This is the W. I say it's got a very particular shape because it goes up and around like that. Now there are some monoliths in Barcelona, as you can see there. Quite a few cities have monoliths in them. I wish they'd have sorted that out because they would have known about them. Oh, that must be Ryanair coming in there. So they could have sorted this out because they've done videos of Barcelona, so they knew these monoliths were there. Or at least I assume that they knew those monoliths were there. And now I'm going to pull right back because I want to actually take just a bit of a stroll before I'll request landing in El Prat. Hey Leven, what cup do you have? Are you talking about my cup? Or are we talking about my flight controls? I'm not sure if you meant to write yoke or something. So as you can see, as we're getting down in now, it gets much prettier. So I'm going to do a live pause here, okay? Because this is crazy how I can recognize this. And I want to know if it actually has the 2 level. No, it doesn't. This is the casino of Barcelona. Don't know what the hell that is. Something I've missed because it's away from the boulevard. There's like a little boulevard here. Ironically, where all these little things are, I think that's trees in real life. The game doesn't realise that. So this is where all the rich people come and eat and stuff. And then here it hasn't really formed it well because this promenade goes all the way along, right into the centre. But it's so cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, so, and this is another part, another yachting part, where this is where the super yachts are. You can't actually see it here. And when I say super yachts, I mean super yachts. These things are huge, and that here, it thinks they're buildings, or it thinks they're something. And these super yachts, they're owned by Russian oligarchs and stuff. I mean, they're huge, huge. There's one of them, it has a ship inside of it, and a big one inside of the yacht. Okay, so there's the flight pattern, but I'm not going to use it just yet, because what we're going to do is, here is one of the stations. I forget this station's name, because I don't use it, because it goes up the Costa Brava. I should remember its name. It's Parc Ciutadella, I think, here, where the zoo and stuff is. I am going to try and go past Sagrada Familia, if possible. I just don't want my reps to drop too much, because I'm going to lose airspeed. if I do that. So we're going to come back in over the Gherkin. Again, way too many trees here. It is a treed area. It is a park. Yeah, the Arc de Triomphe of Barcelona is here. But again, too many trees there. Not in the park itself, but definitely feels like a few too many trees. So I'm going to just watch my altitude here because I'm at 600 feet. And I am climbing, but... Okay, so this is Sagrada Familia. Ah, and this is the old bull ring, actually. So I'm going to just fly over this. Bullfighting's banned in Catalonia now. So you won't see it anymore. Right, so, yeah, so this is the old bull ring. I didn't actually know it had anything in the centre. I thought they'd remodeled it as something else. So it's quite strange that, yeah, the FPS is going to be pretty rough. I'm going to be honest with you. Live streaming data, because this isn't a cached area, so live streaming data, live weather as well, because we've got the live weather turned on, so the FPS is going to be pretty rough, not denying that. So just look at this is at 600 feet as well, don't forget. This is 600 feet. This isn't, you know, 3,000 feet, and you can just see so many details of these buildings. It's absolutely crazy. It really is. Just sheer craziness. I have a nice GPU. Oh, it's an RX 590. It's not the best in the world. I don't make money from YouTube. I don't make money from YouTube, so I'm just going to whack my throttle up a little bit. So yeah, I don't make money from YouTube. So it's an RX 590. It's probably the best I've had in a while. Runs pretty hot sometimes, but I got a good fix for it, so seems to work well enough now. Now again, you talking about when you talk about VFR in it, Sagrada Familia here. You can see Tibidabo in the background there. This park, totally know this park, know this part. You know, just so well done. It's really, really good. So let's take that off. Live pause off. So yeah, this is only a test stream kind of today, by the way, just so you know, because it's I need to know exactly what the FPS are like. But yeah, I can feel it. Making that turn there. The plane turns fine, but as you get down low, the FPS drops begin to get much higher. So I'm gonna, my angle of attack's too much there, so I'm gonna put on my engine up a little bit. Okay, I am going to request a full stop landing in El Prat. Oh, should have kept it open actually. Oh, I can come in straight in. That would be really nice. Just so you know. So you can see the FPS picking up a little bit now. Much better than it was when you're down low. But I mean, that's understandable. If one day I make those, if I make those YouTube money, I'll invest in a better card. But any better cards not on the cards at the moment. I was just going to see if you could spot some other things. Oi! Oh, that was a big hang up. Plaza España here. So lots and lots of stuff. You know, just VFR, and just for me, it's an amazing experience in this game. Amazing experience. I love it. Nearly as much as I love this part, which is the landing. Oh, yeah, the FPS now is crazy. It's well, that was actually a game freeze, which it suffers from as well. So we're gonna have to go around these monoliths. That's the Disney cruise ship just down here. Quite famous one. Always seems to be in port. Does have people on board, and it does leave every now and again. Okay, so we're gonna bring our engine down just slightly here as we make our approach, because this plane, it always says you're going too fast on the approach, but you're not. And when you're going just at the right speed, you're always on the edge of stalling, and I prefer not to be on the edge of stalling if possible. I was trying to straighten the camera out there, but so I'm going to pull back the revs to just under 3,000 if possible, or 4,000 even, if possible. Oh, these monoliths are terrible. They could have edited them out. I'm sure they must have seen them. Must have seen them at some point. Okay. So we're gonna pull back again and try and get our speed down just slightly, because we're actually gaining speed at the moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're starting to lose airspeed, which is good. Made it up a little bit there because I actually pressed the nose down. I'm going to come in even a bit slower. Yep. Okay. So it's given me permission to land. So, putting the gear down. It's a bit early, but I want to make sure I'm ready. I'll put my first flaps down. So we're going to gain a little bit of altitude as it catches the wind, and then we'll probably lose a little bit as we lose airspeed. Just going to keep an eye on the airspeed just so I can make sure that it's level. So yeah, it says we're coming in too fast, which we are. Touchdown speed I think is around 50. So yeah, I think touchdown speed's about 250. Sorry, about 50. So I'm going to go full flaps here because I want to get this speed down. I'm actually pointing my nose down as well at the moment, so, which is not the best thing to be doing on an approach, because that might happen where you lose a ton of airspeed, and I don't want that to happen either. I'm going to bring myself just level, and I'm going to try and get it to catch the air and start work. I can start working on the airspeed now, you see. Okay, now we can bring it down. Okay, so now it's gonna agree with me and say, yeah, I like this airspeed. But as I said, in this Icon A5, it's so easy to control your airspeed. It really is. And you actually find that if you do drop, because it's saying too fast, if you actually go too low, you'll just end up starting to drop. So I'd rather be where I am. It's better to be too high than too low. I don't know if I can do this from inside the cockpit today, actually, because I haven't done it from inside the cockpit very often. Just check the landing gears down, flaps are down. Always seem to drift when you go off camera. I don't know what that's about. It definitely happens. Airspeed's currently at 60, so I'm just going to pull back slightly on the RPM. I want it to come down. 60's fine for me. Slightly too fast, but I love the quietness of the engine here. Actually, I might need to put the desktop audio up a little bit so that you...
Barcelona Tower, Iberia 154612 miles northeast inbound ILS Yankee runway 25 right approach.
I hope he's not coming in on the same one I am.
Barcelona Tower. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 25 right approach.
So yeah, we're down to 60. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. And again, this is one of the reasons I love this icon, is landing is an absolute peach. I mean, it really is. And it's a really good one to actually practice your landings in, because once you perfect them in the A5, your eyes will start understanding where certain points of reference are. He is coming in on 2.5 as well. Luckily, I'm going to be able to clear the runway quite fast. No doubt about it. So kind of came in a bit too fast to the right there. Pappy Lights are saying I'm a bit too low, which I was surprised with. I'm going to bring the revs back now. And then it's actually quite difficult, the engine. It's quite difficult to know when you flare. Gonna apply brakes.
Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra, exit runway when able.
Will do. And then he's going to ask me to exit the runway. Don't want to put too many revs into the engine now. But you're telling me it's leading me like halfway down the runway to get off. I can get off here. I could have got off there. Come on. Right, okay. I could have got off there. I didn't realise that was my mistake, not the computer. So what you can actually do is you can get off the runway because you're supposed to exit the runway as quickly as possible.
Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra, exit runway when able.
See what I mean? Because he's not happy now, but he's the one who told me to come off at this turning. So that's his issue. That's not a turn off. That is that's the other runway. But I don't know if that runway ever gets used. In reality, I've never known it. Normally, depending on the wind direction, the thingy is the terminal is always on your right or your left. I've never known it to be at a different angle. Well, of course, even if you use the other runway, it's on your right or left. But I know what I mean. Let's say this mountain range here. Okay. So I've exited the runway, and he's going to ask me to contact ground now. So let's have a look. Contact ground. Wait. I should acknowledge ground to handle. And then we'll go taxi to parking. I don't want to taxi to gates because I haven't got any passengers. Don't know why it's a woman's voice all the time these days. Either actually. Okay. Again, I'm using the taxiway highlighter because I don't have the airport maps or anything. I am going to start downloading airport maps and stuff because I think it would be interesting to learn how to do all of that stuff. I've done it before on certain airports, small airports. Never done it on like an international airport like Barcelona. Now the thing is that I was looking at the base game of what you get, even with the standard edition, but premium is still the base game. In my opinion, you're getting extra bits in it, but it is the base game. There's no additions or anything like that. And one thing I do want to comment on is things like now. Oh, the Iberia got in behind me, so that's good. What you get out of the box in this game is phenomenal compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator X, even better than X-Plane. What you're getting out of the box in this game is phenomenal, and some of the freeware that's already been released is outstanding. Some of the freeware people are starting to fix the errors with the planet and stuff like that. It's all good stuff, and there's going to be more and more and more that come out. So don't always be in a rush to buy those extra things. And the reason I say that is because with the Flight Simulator X, the airport services, you used to have to buy them. You get them automatically now, but you used to have to buy the airport services. So if you wanted the food truck, the baggage truck, the pushback tug, you'd have to buy it. And sometimes you'd have to buy it for the airport. By airport. So, you know, to have it at nearly every airport worldwide now, it doesn't work in some of them. I've tried it in a few where it doesn't work. is phenomenal. That alone probably saves you about 60 euros. If you were to, I think there were about 15 euros each. You have 4 or 5 favourite airports that you like to fly from. Probably saving yourself 60 euros. The accuracy of some of the cities and stuff like that. Microsoft Flight Simulator X never had that much level of detail, so you're saving yourself probably 40 euros on each city. And let's not forget, in the future, as Bing does its job, more cities are going to be added. So, you know, some cities like London, Orbex have worked on it, but all of these are going to arrive eventually. So what I would say about all this extra stuff is really question whether you need to buy it right now. Because, believe me, in the past, Flight Simulator, for anybody who takes it seriously, it's an expensive hobby. You know, people have spent thousands on it. So, you know, those are my followers who play Elite Dangerous. You'll probably know. But you probably get more bang for your buck in this game than you do in Elite Dangerous. But yeah, I'd just say be very careful when you're buying stuff for this game, and be sure it's exactly what you want, and you're not buying it just because you fancy a little bit extra, because it does, shut up you, it does end up, don't be biting her, it does end up becoming a really expensive hobby. And one of the great things about the game that comes out of the box is how realistic and playable it is, and how many extras it has that the other one didn't have. I think even, to be honest with you, even the ATC in this version feels better. What? So, hello Wicked Steve. Yeah, I mean, X-Plane doesn't compare. I think, you know, if you've spent £1,000, euros, dollars on extras, X-Plane can look good. So you see this guy, he was marking like my spot, and he's gonna walk me in now. I mean, this, you would have had to pay for this before. I've got the guy waving me in. I'm gonna actually go down to my thingy so we can get a better view on him. So he's gonna tell me if I'm left, if I'm right. So he's saying at the moment, you need to get over to the right, mate. Well, he's pointing to it with his big stick. I just don't think there's a comparison. I think, you know, if you're a professional person who if you're a professional person who likes to fly, and you want to use the flight simulator as saving money on lessons, then maybe some of the parts of actually flying the plane you're not going to agree with. You're going to think that it's not as good, or it's not as realistic as it could be. But that's not to say that come on. I am coming in. Wow, this only starts moving when it wants to move. But he's gonna cross over. Right, I think I can't remember what all the little hand signals mean, but yeah, I think I've gone a bit too far there. Never mind. I'll put my parking brake on. So yeah, if you, I don't think in the quality of what you get in this game, I just don't think there's anything that comes close to it. Yeah, I went a little bit too far there, but actually I'm not. My wheel should be in between these two lines here, so I'm probably in just about the correct position. Could have gone a little bit further forward if I'd have wanted to. The only thing about the Icon i5, the Icon A5, is that it starting it up, it doesn't start automatically on its own for me. Okay, so turn the master avionics, and it's going to go to the end screen. That's another thing I like about this. So when you finish your flight and you turn everything off, automatically goes to the end screen and gives you a full log of your flight, which if I press go back to main menu, because that's what I want to do. When it gets back to the main menu, you can go through a logbook. So it's just amazing. Now, if you haven't got the money to buy this game outright at the moment, you can get it if you've got Windows 10. You can get it through the Xbox Game. I've forgotten the full name of it now. The Xbox app. You know, you can get the first month for $1, €1, £1. Okay, so you can get the base game for a month rental. Let's say treat it like a rental for one coin, which is amazing, because that's how I've done it so far, because I can't afford it in full at the moment. So Game Pass, thank you Wicked Steve. Game Pass, couldn't remember the name for a second there. I've actually got No Man's Sky on Game Pass as well. Don't know if I like it. It's alright, it's not terrible. Did I leave Firefox open? That might have been why I was getting serious FPS drop. Yeah, well, there's the train sim game as well. I think it's called Train Simulator 2020. That's available on it as well. So I was actually thinking of trying that out. So because I like simulator games. I'm not always great at them. End up crashing a lot, but I didn't on that flight, which is nice. But come on, the Icon A5, a baby could land it. That's a great thing about it. So yeah, if I just go back here, you can go into profile, and you have My Hangout with all your planes and stuff. And what I was saying when I was saying about community stuff's already started to come out. Okay, so for example, if I go into change aircraft here, and I go into the A320, which is all the way on the left, I select the A320, and then if I go back and I go into liveries. Go back, because it doesn't work properly, because they still haven't fixed it. Go back into liveries. No, maybe I have to go back twice. There hasn't been an upgrade, has there, today? Not that I'm aware of. Liveries. There we go. So you can. The community is already hard at work, and this is crazy. All of these planes are available now. So if you want to fly, for example, with EasyJet, never loads the plane up first time. You have to go back. You have to go back. You have to go My Hangar. It doesn't work very well, but there you go. There's the EasyJet plane in the A320. So, you know, people are already hard at work on the game. Even the Icon A5 there, you can get it in black and grey. And then, like I said, yeah. So you have here you have a list of all the flights you've done, which plane you've done them in, and it keeps it. I don't know how long it keeps, and if it keeps all of them. It doesn't give you an option to delete any. I'm guessing it's a simple text file, and it probably saves it all in one. So maybe it saves every single flight you've ever had. Who knows? I'd like to be able to click on it and reload it. If there's a flight you remember that you've done before that you really enjoy. I've only done 15 hours in game so far, which I'm really surprised. Lowest altitude flown 3 meters. Landing challenge I've done 2 out of 24. I need to do them again as well, because I really enjoyed those landing challenges. They're really good fun. Okay, people, I'm going to call an end to the stream for the time being, because this was basically a test stream. I want to go back and watch it a little bit and see how it works out. In future, I won't be flying over any major cities in a stream unless people can put up with the FPS drops. So it'll have to be the people who really like watching my streams, because I don't think anybody else will want to put up with it. But hey, that's the reality of gaming in modern times. We don't all have enough money to buy 1080 and or whatever the best one is at the moment, actually. Well, you could say Titan, couldn't you? But we just simply don't, and a lot of us stream just for the passion of streaming. I've always loved Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've always had it on my computer. It's just not something I've streamed before, because I didn't feel that people really wanted to watch it. But we'll see going forward. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks VJ for the follow. Yeah, so keep your eyes out for future streams. I will try and start putting in times for my streams so people can see them. Look good from your end. Okay, you're watching on a phone though. Okay, thanks very much everybody. Might be back later today. Just keep an eye out. If you click that subscribe button, if you're watching the video later, click that subscribe button as well, and click that like button if possible. Okay, I'll see you later, and I'll say 9-7.